It's so great to see everybody here. It's so great to see so many people rallying. I'm the son of two union parents. My mom works for the school district. My dad works for the state, the Water Resources Department. This better?
Yes!
Okay. So, I'm a student at the University of Oregon. I'm involved in student activism, working on real solutions for climate change. And I love. This is just so great. I'm sorry. So, a few years ago, I was not as involved as I am now. I was just a regular student, did schoolwork, did homework, went to class, played video games. I followed politics and I cared about politics because my parents instilled that in me, but I didn't think that I could make a change as a student. I didn't think that I could make a real change. I had to wait till I grew up. I knew that in the past, students have made a big difference in social movements in the 60s, yes. But I didn't see.
Yes! Yes!
But I hadn't seen a social movement, and so I was waiting. I just waited. I signed up for all of the email lists, Move On, all of them, filled out every petition, signed every letter, and waited for a movement. And I think that's how many students, many people in my generation feel, that we're just waiting for our movement. We're waiting for our time.
This is it! You got your time!
I agree. And I think that in many ways, the progressive movement as a whole has been waiting for our movement. And for years, our leaders have been, we've been disappointed by our leaders, and we've just almost come to expect that they're going to let us down. But I think that this is our time to come back and make our own movement instead of waiting for we can make a movement that realizes the progressive values of empathy, equity, justice, and justice for everyone. Last weekend, I was overwhelmed with helplessness and anger as I was reading the articles and watching the news about Wisconsin, about the cuts to Planned Parenthood, about the cuts to EPA, NPR, and every other public good that the government provides. I started to imagine the challenges that we face as a giant building, a big, ugly, lifeless concrete building. And I started to imagine, and the building represents all of the greed, corruption, oppression, and injustice that is inherent in our system and ingrained in our system. And in my mind, I imagined all of us standing at the base of this building and trying to figure out how can we break this building down, because we know that's what we need to do to move our country forward.
Yes!
The answer is, how can we break something down that's so big and so institutionalized? So the answer is we break it down one piece at a time. Through rallies like this, we take out a little chunk. In 2008, we saw a movement, the country come together to elect President Obama and take out another chunk of the building. But that was just the beginning. In the past 10 years, we've seen an explosion of grassroots organizations, from the Huffington Post to Move On to Organizing for America, and they are mobilizing massive numbers of people and taking sledgehammers to the building. The tens of thousands of workers standing up to corporate interests and corruption in Wisconsin are bringing in a bulldozer to the building. And now we have a chance to bring in a wrecking ball. Like the previous speakers, I wish that I was in Wisconsin too, but instead of all being in Wisconsin, we can have 50 Madisons all across the country. It's clear that waiting for our elected leaders isn't going to happen. So we need to show our elected leaders what we need them to do.
That's right!
This is our opportunity to make the movement we've been waiting for. A movement full of all of other movements. From unions to environmentalists, from veterans to students, civil rights to gay rights to immigrant rights to human rights. And anything I left out in between. For the next 6 months, we have the chance to change the progressive narrative. What would happen if we all started explaining progressive values in terms of empathy and caring for the least among us? What would happen if we stopped watching TV and started talking to our friends and neighbors? And what would happen if we didn't stop organizing once our favorite candidate gets elected, but actually worked harder to organize around our values every single day? I think we can do it. We can change the American dream. We can have 50 Madisons. We can have 100 Madisons, and we can take the country back. Thank you.